Hey, what's up guys, this is Scout495 here, reviewing the Anakin to Darth Vader color-changing lightsaber from the Ultimate Effects line. And if you haven't already, make sure to check out my unboxing video of this lightsaber. The link will be in the description, along with my demo video of it in action. So, now let's go ahead and get on to the review. Personally, I think this is the best value Ultimate Effects lightsaber because it is essentially a 2-in-1 lightsaber, and it's really great if you are torn between either getting the Sith red color or the Jedi colored lightsaber. However, it's not really meant for true collectors, even those who collect the Ultimate Effects lightsabers, because it's not screen accurate to say that this is both Anakin's and Darth Vader's lightsaber. The hilt on this one is actually Darth Vader's lightsaber. But before I get into depths of this review, let me just quickly explain the difference between the Ultimate Effects and the Force Effects. And I'll be making a video that goes into a little bit more depth later, so make sure to subscribe for that. For those of you who are already into lightsaber collecting, you should probably know which one is the more authentic one, and that is the Force Effects line, not this one. Those cost an upwards of $150, and that's because they use more premium materials and it's more screen accurate. However, I do know a lot of people are also selling the Ultimate Effects one, those toy lightsabers, for around that price too, and I think that's just a little bit outrageous. The Force Effects is mainly for collectors, but the Ultimate Effects is really great too, and it's a much lower price and you can actually use it for dueling. Alright, so now let's go ahead and talk about the features of this lightsaber. There's a switch for off, regular, and try-me mode because it is a toy, and when you first unbox it, it will be on the automatic try-me mode. You have to make sure that you switch between the 0, 1, and 2 to be able to actually use it. 0 meaning off, 1 is the try-me mode, and 2 is when you can actually use it properly. Since this is a color changing one, you're able to switch between blue and red. Automatically, it would ignite in blue. To change, you can either press and hold down the button while it's on the blue color, and then it will flicker a little bit and change to red, or you can simply power up and power down consecutively, and then it will shoot up in a different color. As with all Ultimate Effects lightsabers, they feature 5 different kinds of sounds, and they're a little bit different for either in the blue or red color, but they're all pretty much very similar. You have the idle hum, the swinging sound, the contact, as well as the power up and power down. However, what's unique to the Ultimate Effects line versus the Force Effects actually is that the light will actually flicker upon contact. Now moving on to design. Unfortunately, since this is a toy and it's geared towards children, it's not the actual proper length. The blade is only 23 inches long, and the movie accurate one would be much longer. However, in terms of the hilt design, that is pretty close to what you see in the movie, which also means it includes this protruding button, which makes it one of the more uncomfortable lightsabers to wield. Of course, being a toy, you have to see the necessary engravings, as well as you can tell where they glue the pieces together and that warning sticker that you have to use rubbing alcohol to remove, yada yada. But it is still really designed very closely to the original lightsaber, so it's really not that terrible. It even has this little belt clip here, but it's pretty much unusable because it's made out of flimsy plastic. But since the blade is not removable, I really don't see the point of having a belt clip anyway. For the price, it really is a great lightsaber. It retails for around $45. I don't think you can really get it at the retail price anymore, but I was lucky enough to get it for about $37, I believe. I wouldn't recommend buying the Force Effects one unless you're a collector, because most likely you won't be able to fight with a $200 lightsaber. And these ones are pretty durable as I fight this close hanger here, and you will know if it's being damaged or not, and that is if any of the LEDs go out. The LEDs unfortunately are pretty visible, but it's not as bad off camera, but you still can see them. Now, some things I wish they included in this lightsaber, and I'm not too sure why they omitted it in this particular one, but the fact that when it powers up and power down, the LEDs do not individually light up. I wish it did to make it seem like it's igniting the blade. And this is not just a lightsaber from the Ultimate Effects line, but even some Force Effects ones. I wish they would have a removable, replaceable blade, since that's obviously the part that's most likely to be damaged. I also wish they included a mute switch with a vibration motor. Since certain collapsible ones even have a vibration motor, I don't see why they can't include it in this one as well. And having a mute switch will come really in handy if you want to spar without disturbing others. Oh, and all of them take 3 AA batteries, which are fine, but I recommend getting rechargeable ones. It'll save you more money in the long term. Now for my final thoughts on this lightsaber. I think it's a fantastic lightsaber for the money if you can get it at a reasonable price. It is basically a 2-in-1, and no other lightsaber that I know of does this besides the ones that are like customized. But for mass production, this is the only one that I've seen that actually does this. And besides the gripes that I mentioned before, but you can definitely look past all that if you want just a nice lightsaber to spar with without worrying about breaking, but just don't go too crazy. Make sure to check out my demo video if you want to see it in action in more detail. Well, that'll do it for me for this video. I hope you liked it. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Please subscribe for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.